Guys in the wrong spot, helicopter shot down, casualties are starting to happen, and there you are. That's the way this card is played out. How do you deal with all that in the first 25 or 30 seconds, you know, of a mission on this day?
October 3rd, 1993, Mogadishu, Somalia, and the beginning of the longest sustained ground battle since Vietnam.
19 total, to include a soldier from the 10th Mountain Division. It was it was a bloody day and a big loss for America's best.
The Battle of Mogadishu, Day of the Rangers, Black Hawk Down. For Sergeant Matthew Eversman and his troops, their time in hell. "20 years on, and Sergeant Eversman, U.S. Army retired, joins grateful nation to honor the fallen and support those wounded in battle, while experiencing the unmatched waterfowling of the Eastern Shore." Servicemen and women pay the price to preserve our freedom. Join us as we reconnect wounded warriors with their roots as American sportsmen. And show our thanks as a grateful nation.
It's just so magnificent and beautiful to be out there and sharing it with someone, especially like Matt Eversman. It's amazing to be out there and sitting there and just watching all these things, watching the world come alive in a blind. And then as you hear the birds moving and flying over top, and you hear the calls, and you hear your guides start to blow their calls. And you have ducks coming down the flyway, or you got geese coming over. Next thing you know, they're coming in, and you got a single bird coming in, and they're like, ready, ready, get ready. These are doing it, boys. These are doing it. Right over top. Get ready, get ready. They're going to be right out front. Grind them up, boys.
Hunting with Toller's Gun Club has brought us to the storied eastern shore of Maryland on the upper Chesapeake Bay, the waterfowling capital of the country. Every year, both Canada and snow geese and some dozen different species of ducks winter here.
Here we are on the famed eastern shore of Maryland, and we've just had the outstanding opportunity to have a waterfowl hunt with Mally Vujanic and Steve Goss, and we're staying here at the Inn at Mitchell House, which has wonderful and such rich depth and history. Being here with Matt Eversman, who retired about 6 years ago out of the Army. And it's been a great honor for me because the tradition of being a Ranger is very rich within his life as well.
Growing up in a military family, though none of my parents nor siblings were career soldiers, I always thought that I would serve in some capacity, but after taking a little break from school, from college, I decided that it was probably a good time to join the Army and maybe get my head screwed on a little tighter.
During that time, he actually was in the Battle of Mogadishu. Battle of Mogadishu was then covered by Mark Bowden, who wrote a book, and that book was a little book called Black Hawk Down. And from that novel, Jerry Bruckheimer, a gentleman and producer, he actually got the rights to the book and made a little film called Black Hawk Down. Now, this film that I'm holding up here for Black Hawk Down, this is Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett, who was the star of the film, plays a character named Matt Eversman. So that's the uniqueness of this trip here. These are doing it, boys. These are doing it.
top. Get ready, they're gonna be right out front. Grind them up, boys. Nice shooting, guys. Well, we got three on the water.
I saw one I shot, it fell, so I think I got him.
You actually did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Matt Eversman, U.S. Army retired and a member of Task Force Ranger. Thanks for watching this episode of Grateful Nation.
So Mal, what do we got, buddy?
Whew. Oh well, here we're on the famous Chester River. My friend Steve Goss and you guys are here. We're gonna try, we've got rain coming in. We're gonna try and kill some ducks this morning. We've already had a few fluttering around while we were setting the rig. And if some geese happen by, we've got a nice sized rig here. We might kill some geese here in the morning. But that's really what we're looking for here is ducks. A goose is gonna be a bonus. We've got a great spot here and we got the rain. The conditions are all, it's perfect. This is really perfect.
So we got some geese.
Yeah, we got some
Snow
snow
geese.
geese are starting to kick around a little bit.
Yeah.
So we got activity happening, and you ready?
It's here, you ready?
Let's make it happen.
Matt, it's, again, I know I said it yesterday, but it's really an honor to have you here.
It really is.
Pleasure's all ours.
Well, you're kind to say that. Let's wait till after the hunt today. When you see how bad I shoot,
doesn't matter.
man, we never bring this
doesn't
guy
matter.
back again.
Cool.
But
All right.
it'll be good. Thank you very much.
Let's get after it.
It was a
Our
great
pleasure.
day.
It's not only a long history of ducks and geese and gunning that make the eastern shore the waterfowl capital of the country. There's an entire cultural aspect as well. Some of the finest decoy carvers and call makers have their homes here. Not to mention waterfowl painters and sculptors. And every year for more than 40 years, the Waterfowl Festival has been held in Easton, Maryland, featuring a variety of events including retriever demonstrations and World Championship calling contests.
Where'd they land, Mally?
About, I'm gonna say about 300 yards down there, not quite. There's some more ducks coming. There's some more ducks. A big group above them coming in. See them? Look up. Matt, on this swing, they're going to swing to the left. Get ready. They're going to come in from the left. Get ready. I'll call it. Out front. Take them. Nice shot.
You got it.
Nice shot.
Awesome. Awesome. That's what it's all about, my friend. That was great.
Come, Denver. Hup,
Good job, Denver.
Man, what makes the Chester River such an outstanding waterfowl area?
Well, many, many years ago, back in the 40s and 50s, all the marshes here were full of wild rice and celery. It was the most healthy river on the eastern shore, outside of any other. And when you have food, you've got waterfowl, and that's why they came here. All these marshes you see here, this was all thriving habitat for waterfowl. And over the years, I guess it's up for argument why, but it's virtually disappeared, all but disappeared. There is not much food here on the Chester River. There's just not the food on the river. So the river is now used more primarily for a resting place.
So they'll feed in the fields and come out to the river to...
Fields and ponds, yeah, to go out there for seed and corn and any grain they can get their hands on, and then, of course, come back for water.
What's not to like? I mean, this is fantastic.
This hunt that we have here on the Maryland Eastern Shore came up. Mally Vujanic called me, and it was sort of serendipitous that Matt Eversman, who I met just recently at a fundraiser, and so in meeting we talked, and I said before I left that night, you know what, I'd love to have you on Grateful Nation. So we talked, and it worked out.
That's a lucky day.
Good shot, Matty. Good shot.
It had to have been mine. I'm sure. I'm sure I was.
Good job, Matt. We're in a little A-frame blind here, and we moved from our location this morning. We're now in a. See, this is all the birds are coming off all the geese are coming off the Chester River and coming out here to the fields to feed, and apparently they're feeding on the beans. So we're out here, I believe, in a mung bean field, and we set some decoys up, and we've already taken 3 or 4 birds. It's like within 5 minutes. It's crazy. You hear them? They're everywhere.
Chesapeake Bay is a main geographic feature on the Atlantic Flyway, one of the 4 major migratory routes across North America. The Atlantic begins in the Arctic and carries waterfowl down to South America and eastern Mexico.
Ready? Out front, kill him, go. All right. All right, Sergeant Eversman, why don't you give the folks back home a little sit rep on what's happening so far?
Well, you know, we're about an hour into this afternoon's hunt, but I think we're up 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Birds from the creek.
Hold on. Stand by. That was me.
To get the opportunity to spend some time with Ranger Eversman in a duck blind, to hear him tell the story of the Battle of Mogadishu, that was an opportunity that I did not want to pass up.
Early afternoon, the intelligence is vetted, and that launches us right up till about 3-something in the afternoon when they tell us to get on our equipment and move to the aircraft. We load up in this armada of helicopters. It's a very quick flight on the insertion. On the insertion, the brownout from all the helicopters flying, preceding us onto the target is so great, it's so thick, that our helicopter winds up stopping short of our desired insertion point. Why? Couldn't see. And a 60-foot long nose-to-tail Black Hawk sitting still at 40 feet in an environment where the enemy's got rocket-propelled grenades is, a recipe for disaster. The ropes go out, the men start to go, and the next thing you know, I'm sliding down this rope, and I see at the bottom one of my soldiers lying on the ground. And I think, my goodness, we're already in a fight. We've already got casualties, other casualties that I don't know about. Guys are getting engaged. We've got special mission unit guys that are dead. All this happens, and we find out that a helicopter's been shot down. One of our helicopters now has been shot down. Here, all this horrible stuff has happened, and yet we're sort of solving these problems one after the other. And we're actually making progress. And we're realizing, we can fight back against this bad enemy. In fact, we're putting the wood to them. There's 10,000 of them, and 150 Americans on the ground, in the city at the time. How could that be? Well, it's because these men are of such a great caliber, and it's such a great team. And I know that's a chest-beating thing to say, but when you witness it and you realize they're that good. They're that good. That's why I'm sitting here today, that's for sure.
From the Mitchell House, you're watching Grateful Nation on the Outdoor Channel.
For Master Sergeant Matt Eversman, the Eastern Shore is far from Mogadishu and the events of Black Hawk Down he lived and fought through 20 years before.
So what we were hearing over there, with that loud, like applause type noise, those were the, what kind of geese were those?
Those are snow geese, and they're mixed in with the Canadas. And what we have here, Tim, is back behind us about 3/10 of a mile is the Langford Bay. It's stacked with about 10,000 Canada geese, maybe more, and probably the same in snow geese. And those snow geese have gotten up, and now we're waiting on these Canada geese to fly. We're out here in this winter week.
Which is what we're hearing now.
That's right, you're hearing some Canadas.
I was just going to ask real quick, though. Now, today we got all silhouettes. Any rhyme or reason why this morning we're going just silhouettes versus the decoys?
Well, there's there's a few full bodies. We have a few full bodies out there, but the majority are silhouettes. They just have such a great effect on these birds. From this angle, they look great, and as it moves, it disappears and it reappears for them. So it just adds a dimension to it that full bodies can't.
Right.
No. Get him, Matt. Get that bird. Get him. He's going to swing around. Get loaded up. Right out front. Kill that bird.
Good shot.
Yeah, dog.
That was Zachary.
Yeah, good one. Good one, man.
I'd like to think I had a little hand in
you
that.
did.
I'm
I
not sure. Yeah. Well, that's,
Real nice.
I asked you to call him in a little closer, and you did. So that was a good thing.
Yeah, up top.
Brought her up.
Why does a Sergeant Eversman battle against unimaginable odds in places like Mogadishu? Maybe it's for freedom or honor or an ideal. Or his fellow soldiers who stand beside him. But maybe it's for something as simple as a day like this on the Eastern Shore.